Kane, I got your journal up here. Don't forget to do that. Put it in your, whatever you're using for a journal.
Yes, ma'am.
So remember, you need to put the date, which is up here, and then write the EQ, and then answer the question to the journal. You don't have to write the journal question, and you don't have to write any objective or agenda. Oh, sorry. So from the journal here, can anybody tell me what the difference is between unicellular and multicellular? We went over that with our notes on Friday, but it's pretty self-explanatory, just the words. Anybody got an idea?
Multicellular is more than one.
Exactly. Unicellular is made up of one cell. Multicellular is made up of more than one. So where would we be in those two, Caden? Would we be multicellular or unicellular?
Multi.
Pretty sure we would fall under multicellular. The only thing that falls under unicellular that's made out of just one thing is bacteria. So we would definitely be unicellular. All right, looking over some things that are coming up this week, you do have a quiz tomorrow. Oops. You have a quiz tomorrow over PowerPoint 1.2, which is what we covered on Friday. And then on Thursday, you'll have another quiz over PowerPoint 1.3 and a scientific method. And that's what we'll be covering tomorrow and the next day. If you fail those quizzes, you can always re-quiz on them, and that has to be done during tutorials, which will be next week on Tuesday and Thursday, because by then y'all will be back at school. Sophomores come back on Tuesday, and then the juniors will come back on Wednesday. So if you need to come to tutorials to re-quiz, it'll be after school on one of those 2 days. Just a reminder that as y'all do start to come back to school next week, y'all do have to wear a mask. You'll find out there'll be a lot of things at the school that are taped off where they're going to increase the social distancing. Y'all will be walking one way if you're going down the hall and another way. So a lot of differences there. So when you come into the classroom, you have to wear your mask and your ID if y'all have been given those. If not, I'm sure you'll be given them next week. And you have to be in dress code. And also you cannot have your phone out at any time during the class period. Anybody have any questions about that? All right. So we're going to do a couple of things today. To start off with, y'all are going to be watching a little video on your own. And you're going to, hold on. And you're going to answer a few questions. I think there's only like 5 questions that go along with it. So if you will go into your Google Classroom for biology and under daily work and open up the very first thing that says 1.2 video and questions. You should start off by watching that little video. It's about 7 minutes under characteristics of life. And then once you've completed that, then fill out your Google form, which I think asks 5 questions off the video. So we're going to take some time and y'all are going to do that first on your own. So you should be finishing up with the video and taking that quick little quiz. That is for a grade. So if you chose not to watch the video and just to sit there and not to take the little easy 5-question quiz, then that's going to be a 0. So I'm going to go about a couple of minutes and then we're going to move on to our other activity that we're going to do today that's pretty easy. Oh, shit. How many people do we have? Participants, 8. All right, we're going to have Caden. What else do I have in here? Andrew. Caden, I got him. All right, Mallory, Caden, Haley, Eunice, Ethan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who am I missing here? I'm going to call out your names. Let me know if I'm missing you. Caden, Ethan, Mallory, Aline, Haley, Andrew, Eunice. Who am I missing? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I think that's everybody. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to our next activity because you should be finished with that. So if you look right under that, we're going to be looking at qualitative data versus quantitative data. And I have a little video that I'm going to play you real quick on that.
Where we upload a new math video every day. In this video, I'd like to talk about data. Data can be divided into two groups called quantitative and qualitative data. Quantitative data is numerical. Qualitative data is descriptive data. Let's look at some examples of both. Some examples of quantitative data would be the number of pets, the time of day, the temperature outside. Quantitative data can be graphed. If you count or measure, you are collecting quantitative data. There are two types of quantitative data, discrete and continuous. Discrete data is usually data you can count and continuous data is usually data that you measure. I have a separate video on these two types of data. Qualitative data is descriptive or observation and uses words. For example, the color of a house, the smell of a sock, the texture of a shirt. Let's look at quantitative or qualitative. Consider a cat. The quantitative data would be that the cat has 4 legs and weighs 10 pounds. The qualitative data would be the cat is yellow and has soft fur. Let's look at a bookshelf. The quantitative data would be you have 50 books on the bookshelf and is 50 centimeters tall. The qualitative data would be that it is multicolored and has a smooth surface. Hope this video helps on quantitative and qualitative data. Moo Math uploads a new math video every day. Thanks for watching.
All right, so we're going to look at that. If you go to your classwork, to the next one down, qualitative versus quantitative data, and view your assignment. And I have a lot of people in this class that are not turning in their work. And all of these things are counting for grades. You had stuff to work on over the weekend if you didn't get done on Friday, and most of y'all didn't turn that in. So those are zeros. And when you come back next week, it's too late to do those. Those due dates are, you got 3 days from when they're due, and then after that, we're through with it. So we talked about on the video quantitative and qualitative data. So there's a little article for you to read and then some questions that you need to answer. But basically, qualitative data does not have any number that goes with it. It's going to be data that describes something. So like maybe it's color, it's soft, it's hard, it's slimy. That's going to be talking just about a quality. Quantitative matter, on the other hand, involves a number, some type of measurement. So the fact that something is 2 feet long, or has 4 legs, or has 2 ears, or has a volume of 300 cc's, those types of things are going to be what you're looking for whenever you're talking about a qualitative data, the quality. So you can read this if you need a little bit further explanation, and then you can come here and answer these questions. And you should be able to, and you'll be able to type directly on the Google Doc. It doesn't have to be in green font. Somebody else made this out, Ms. Corman. It can be in black, I don't care. And don't forget, when you get finished with it, then you have to be sure and turn it in. After you get through with it, you'll close it out. I have something different going on here. And then you have to be sure and turn it in, or I will not be able to see it. So y'all got about 25 minutes left, so that should be plenty of time to get that done. The other thing that you would have left to do after that is to do your exit ticket, which is already posted in your Google Classroom. Eunice, where are you, ma'am? If you have any questions, just unmute and holler them out, because if you have a question, probably somebody else has the same question.